Thank you guys so much for being in Bristol today.
Earlier this summer, as in most years, every big-name college football coach flocked to ESPN headquarters in Connecticut. Think of it as Muhammad goes to the mountain. Or in this case, South Carolina coach Steve Spurrier.
I hopped a ride with Will Muschamp, the Florida coach, on the Florida Jet.
I think it's really fun and exciting that 50 coaches decided it was worth their time to come to Bristol, Connecticut in July to start talking about the college football season.
We are promoting the hashtag ESPNSEC.
The pilgrimage, known as the Coach's Car Wash, is a sign of just how ESPN has become as big as the games it broadcasts.
It basically becomes a one-stop shop, and we call it the car wash.
What's the most valuable thing you take?
So whether they're on SportsCenter or College Football Live, Collins' radio show, or SVP and Rosillo.
Yeah, how are you doing? Good to meet you.
Whether they're doing something for digital media.
How do you prepare your players for a game?
Whether we're doing something we can put in the can and use later in the season.
Hey Gamecock fans, the SEC Network is coming next August.
ESPN is the jewel in the crown of the Disney company. And it doesn't just televise the games. It actually dictates the schedule, facilitates the matchups, and crafts the season storylines. It's all designed to keep billions of dollars pumping into ESPN's empire and back into college athletic departments.
We're partners with ESPN. They do a super job promoting us, and we try to promote them the best we can.
The visiting coaches certainly talked about football, but they also talked about ESPN.
If you were to make a sign for College Game Day in the crowd, what would your sign say?
Just more focused on ESPN than it is anything else.
I love to watch Game Day. I love to watch Chris and Kirk and Coach Corso talk.
The constant documenting by both sides makes this media event feel like a mutual admiration club.
The answer to is there enough? The answer is always no. There's always room for more. Fans' appetite for college football has proven insatiable.
In the world of college football, Ilan Ben-Hanan is one of the most important people you've never met. He can change the time, the network, and in turn, the prominence of a game just 6 days before kickoff.
This represents this college football season, this upcoming season. This thing starts blank. So to see it now where there's all these different colors and all these games filled in, and it almost lives as a living history document because you remember, oh, I remember when we got that game. That I slotted that in at noon on ESPN. That was great.
ESPN's growth is largely built on college football.
People are looking forward to what's going to happen this year. Barry Switzer needs 10 wins.
In the last 3 decades, the broadcasts have spiked from 1 game a week to 3 in a day. And now ESPN even spends more money on college football games like this one than on NFL games.
As far as I know, ESPN has relationships with almost every conference.
Boy, these folks are pumped up, and these students who have been...
Chris Fowler's the host of the popular show College Game Day, which broadcasts from a carefully selected high-profile college campus each week.
On our first ever visit here.
And with sponsorship money at stake, even politicians are in on the act.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to welcome ESPN's College Game Day to the campus of the University of Houston. This is the first time in history that the show that the University of Houston and the City of Houston has been given this honor.
Last year, the network held a contest to host a game day commercial on campus.
It's a Texas A&M tradition.
When Texas A&M won, 30,000 students showed up.
How are we going to get students in the middle of their summer vacation to take time away and travel back to campus for our little dog and pony show? But I should have known there would be places like Texas A&M that would win the vote.
You want to engage with the fans. You want to feel like you're approachable. You want to feel like your show is something they've grown up watching.
When Texas A&M later hosted Game Day, the team lost. But the school estimated winning millions of dollars in television exposure.
They say that it's sort of changed the culture of the sport. It's changed the way in which fans in Alabama learn about Oregon and vice versa. It's made the sport more national.
It's a field and a foundation.
All the attention has boosted programs at many campuses. Take Boise State. When ESPN called for more weekday games, smaller programs like Boise State volunteered.
They've won 26 in a row.
The exposure boosted recruitment. And now it's a national powerhouse, known not just for its uniquely blue field, but also for winning football games. Fans and ESPN can't get enough of that.
It's pretty loud for 30,000 seats, but they want to dig up this field.